Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Good morning. My throat's a bit jacked this morning, but I think we'll be all right. Just drink lots of coffee, and I think that's the key to success. So, yeah. I don't know, man. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope your weekend's going well. Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day, baby. I made an executive decision yesterday. An executive decision that we're gonna try out Hi-Fi Rush today. So yesterday we finished up. Well, we didn't finish the forest. We went in and played a little bit more of the forest just to get the alternate ending, and that was cool. It was not the better ending in my opinion. Anyways, it was kind of real bland. So the original ending we got was the better one anyways, but it was easy enough to just go in there with our buddy Pinky, our mod here, and that we had played most of the forest with. Jump in there and see what the alternate ending was. So we did that, and we finished Yoku's. So it was a cool day. But we have 2 days, being today and tomorrow. Excuse me, one moment. Skeletor just got jacked up by my headphone cable. I just wanted to say hi real quick. Skeletor. Cool. So we've got today and tomorrow that we had plenty of gameplay time left to figure out what to play. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. We had some good ideas, and we talked about it at the end of the stream to try and figure out what we might want to get into before we start Super Fuse on Tuesday. Yeah, and we'll play Super Fuse for about a week before we get into Hogwarts Legacy, okay? But Super Fuse, or not Super Fuse, but Hi-Fi Rush is what we're going to start, and it is a title that kind of got shadow dropped at the Xbox Bethesda showcase on the 25th, so about 4 days ago now. It's been getting rave reviews. It's out of Tango, which, I'm not going to lie. I've been wanting to see Tango drop us some information about them hopefully being in development on The Evil Within 3 for quite a while. And I think I just keep getting jaded by them not dropping anything on The Evil Within 3. But I think I need to just quit anticipating that. Tango's making good video games, and you can't really ask for anything more from a developer that you've enjoyed other products from. So I talk about this a lot in the fact that it seems like developers nowadays get, all too often at least, get stuck in a rut of only being able to create the same games they always have and not being able to step outside that box of their comfort zone and create some unique titles that are also very good, that allows them to excel in a different genre of game than what they're used to. And Tango is showing us that they have that ability. So we're going to dive into that today. We're going to take a look and see what all the hype is about. Yeah. So that's the plan for today and tomorrow. Hi-Fi Rush for the next 2 days before we jump into Super Fuse. Yeah. On that note, let's go ahead and do what we do. Let's get ready to jump into this video gaming news segment. Of note, though, you will not be able to find yesterday's video gaming news segment or yesterday's broadcast due to the fact that during the news segment we watched a bit of some leaked video that had to do with some of the, we're talking years ago. It was some footage from what was potentially going to be early development of Horizon multiplayer stuff, and it has come to my attention that this is potential takedown footage. So those VODs are not available. The news segment is not available on Twitch right now. The news segment is in the works to be available on YouTube currently. It's just taking time. I've got to get that piece of that segment where we watched that video has to be taken out, and it's currently being edited, and it will be up later today along with today's news segment. So I do apologize for the delay in getting yesterday's news segment available to everybody, but just trying to keep the channel safe and not have to deal with DMCA stuff, takedown strikes, things of that nature, trying to get ahead of the ball game here. So, but there are already highlights that have been made from yesterday's gameplay of both the alternate forest ending and Yoku's island ending. Those are highlights on the Twitch channel. So if you wanted to see the gameplay we got taken care of yesterday, that content is in fact available as highlights on the Twitch channel right now. And at some point, I will get those up on YouTube as well. My focus right now is trying to get the news stuff taken care of first, though, okay? Let's get in here. Take a look. Subnautica soundtrack. That's what we're listening to this morning. Great stuff. We're going to play Subnautica this year, probably later this year. But we'll finally be getting this game played. It is a survival adventure. It's mostly aquatic, right? It's got a lot of base building to it. It's got a great story behind it and everything too, but it's got a huge DLC that came out what was it, about a year and a half, 2 years ago at this point now, Below Zero, which we are going to play with it as well, but it's got a great soundtrack too. So that's what we're listening to this morning, and we'll play this game later this year, so go check out this OST if you're enjoying the music, okay? Go ahead and stop that, and let's get into the news. Cool. Let's go. Hope everybody's got your Java. Yeah. Steam reportedly getting classic PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. Let's see what's going on there. We talked about this yesterday and a few days before that, really. But the Phil Spencer addressing it we talked about yesterday. Hi-Fi Rush is already discounted for PC. Interesting. Whenever I address this article, we will talk about my viewpoint on a game like this, especially a game like this coming out of Xbox, because about every single game that gets released by Xbox and one of their developers is going to be a day one Game Pass release. So I think there are some critical things for people to look at. Do you actually care to own the game? Is that a big deal to you? You know, if not, is the amount of money that you're going to spend on the game worth owning it? Or should you just go spend the money on having like a month worth of Xbox Game Pass to play it and potentially play other titles as well? There's some options there. And I think that you should weigh the pros and cons of both sides of it before you just jump into buying a game because you want to play it, but you don't necessarily care if you own it or not. And there's some different things to take into consideration there that should sway your opinion maybe. So we'll talk about that when we talk about the discount here on Hi-Fi Rush, since this is a game that just released like 3.5 days ago maybe. All right. Nintendo Cell makes over 50 Switch games. What? All just 50 cents each. Interesting. Okay. A Bethesda game will soon be free to download. Okay. We've talked about this. This is Morrowind. Elder Scrolls 3. Yeah. Going to be free on Prime Gaming for February, along with some other games we've already talked about. I'm not going to jump back into it. The past couple of days in the news segments, we've addressed what all those games are going to be, and you can see those in previous news segments. Again, I know that yesterday's news segment is not available as a VOD or a highlight on the Twitch channel right now, and I do apologize. There's some content that had to be cut out of it first. And it's currently being edited on our YouTube channel, though, and will be up later on today, okay? "200 hours later, Destiny 2 player made history by clearing raid challenge thought to be impossible." Interesting. We've talked about this enough. TLDR. Justin Roiland, who is the co-creator of Rick and Morty and helped establish as the co-creator of the Squanch gaming development studio, is has resigned from that studio. Biggest title out of there so far is the High on Life game, which came out late last year in December. Mr. Roiland. Okay, so first of all, Squanch Games it has come to light that they've already had a situation with a sexual harassment lawsuit from a former employee that they settled out of court with in 2018. And now Mr. Roiland is in the midst of facing charges himself stemming from some 2020 allegations of domestic abuse. And these are felony charges. They are serious accusations. He has pleaded not guilty. So I would just prompt everybody to please, take a beat and not just automatically assume that this individual is guilty, because there's absolutely a process and this individual is due, everybody has due process here. They anybody that has allegations brought against them of some kind of crime is afforded and should be afforded the ability to defend themselves in court, and that's what's going to happen. Mr. Roiland has pleaded not guilty, said that this did not happen. There's always two sides to each story, too, almost always, anyways. So I would just prompt everybody to, take a beat, not just automatically jump to the conclusion that this individual is guilty of these charges. Let's wait. April is when the trial will hit. We'll find out more information at that time. We'll get a lot of the facts, and we'll find out. Okay? It's quite possible he is, but there's the possibility he's not as well. There's going to be a lot of facts that come out, and we'll find out about it at a later time, whenever the trial happens. But that's basically what's going down with the Squanch Studios stuff and Justin Roiland resigning, okay? PS Plus free games we may get in February. Let's take a look. Let's put that with the okay. That'll be fun. PlayStation makes critically acclaimed PS4 game just, what is this, $2? $3. All right. See what that is. We've also hit a lot on this situation here. If you're not aware, Blizzard games are going offline in China. They no longer have a publisher in China because they, I don't know, they didn't want to work with NetEase anymore. I don't know what happened there. I haven't heard the details. I haven't read the details about what the situation was there with them not necessarily. It seems like a situation where they maybe presented a contract to NetEase to establish some kind of new agreement for NetEase to continue publishing their games. NetEase didn't like it. Blizzard didn't come back with another contract, so they were like, okay, we're done. But then Blizzard was like, oh, well, can we just get a 6-month extension basically while they searched for another publisher in China? And NetEase was like, no. You guys, we've been doing work for you for a long time. You didn't give us what we thought was fair, and now you want to slap us in the face with a 6-month extension so we can try to give you time to find another publisher? No, that's not the way that works. So Blizzard is without a publisher in China, meaning that their games are not available to people without certain kinds of workarounds like VPNs and stuff like that. So that's basically what's going down. I'm guessing Blizzard will find another publisher in China at some point before in the near future. There are a lot of very popular games out there for Blizzard, and there are a lot of them that are played competitively in that part of the world in China. And there's going to be a publisher over there that Blizzard finds that is going to agree to some kind of terms and help with getting it going. Now, I think another big obstacle is going to be getting into an agreement with a new publisher in China is going to present maybe some new obstacles to get the ball rolling there, because China is really, really, really harsh with regulations in the gaming industry anyways, and there might be some new hurdles to kind of get over in regards to that, but we'll see how it goes moving forward. All right. We hit on this yesterday. Star Wars Jedi Survivor Dill offers game for free. It's basically if you buy a new gen AMD processor. We hit on this yesterday. You'll see it in yesterday's news segment as soon as that's live on YouTube. But, excuse me. Basically, if you're in the process of like building a new PC or something to that effect, and you're in the market for buying a new AMD processor, then you can get Star Wars Jedi Survivor as a free kind of bonus. There are a lot of retailers that are doing this, so just do your research, look around. We hit on it yesterday. I'm not going to dive into it, but there is the potential there for you to get that game for free if you buy AMD new gen AMD processors. Okay. A lot of people are loving the Dead Space remake. And honestly, I mean, as much as I'm not a fan of EA, I expected it. I didn't see anything coming out of that development process that looked bad. I didn't see any indicators. There were no like flashing red lights to me that were telling me, "Yo, stay away from this." Necessarily, I didn't want to dive into the remake because we just played the entire Dead Space series in October. So we played Dead Space 1, 2, and 3 this past October, and I didn't feel a need to jump into the remake right now. We probably will at some point because it's going to be a bit of a different game. But I mean, everything that I know and everything I saw during the development process led me to believe that they were doing a pretty solid job on this game. And so far, people are really loving it. So we're going to see Dead Space 2 remake very soon. I would bet on that. How does this keep happening to me, dude? Let's start this search over. How about that? Kayla, what's up, my friend? How are you? Happy Sunday. Dude, I feel that. I feel those emotes right now. I'm right there with you. Dude, I kept hitting snooze this morning. I couldn't get out of bed. I was just all cuddles this morning, dude. I did not want to get out of bed. Game Pass game finally releasing after long delay. Let's see what's going on there. Yeah. Okay, so here's one of the things. There has been some early Horizon multiplayer footage and concept art that leaked and released apparently. Um, yeah, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, dude, my throat's a bit jacked up this morning too, but I'm just gonna try to keep pounding coffee and hopefully everything will be okay. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. That sucks. Um, so we looked at this footage yesterday. This is footage from like 2020, so probably about 2.5 years ago. But that is why our news segment is not available right now. Our VOD from yesterday is not available. The news segment is not available as a highlight or a VOD on YouTube right now because I'm having to cut content. Uh, Automatically exporting the news segment over to YouTube yesterday evening. Uh, it got caught for basically having this leaked footage in it, and it had to be cut out. So I'm in a situation here where I'm trying to get things edited, and it takes time on YouTube. It's for them to get edited out, then rechecked and stuff. It's a weird process, but it is in the pro. I thought it'd be available already this morning, but it's not totally yet. It's close, but it's not. So just know that if you want to see it, we watched it yesterday. I will have that our news segment from yesterday. It will be up on YouTube later today, but you won't be able to see this content in it. It's got to be cut out. So it got a DMCA like takedown across the internet. Man, Guerrilla Games is not happy that this got leaked, I guess. But again, I mean, this is footage from like 2.5 years ago, so it's. I was telling everybody yesterday when we watched it, this is not indicative of what you're necessarily going to see in the game. It's very rough footage. It's old, and it's a rough. It wasn't a great tell of what we would see in a multiplayer experience, anyways. But it was kind of neat. Just know that there's some of this footage, this content that's out there. You might be able to still catch some of it out there on the internet if you really wanted to see it. But the content from yesterday's news segment, as soon as it's available, it will not be in our news segment. I wanted to avoid any kind of potential DMCA takedown requests and things like that. So all of our news segments from yesterday are not available right now until things get edited. Okay. But we did see it yesterday live, and it looked rough. It looked like rough old footage, but it was cool to see what they're trying to work on potentially. Sims 4 teasing exciting news. See what that's about. Looks like Valorant's getting a replay system. Okay. I'll take a quick look at this. I don't. Battlefield 2042's next update will make massive change to controversial feature. I think Battlefield 2042 is really dying pretty quick, but we'll take a look. Last page. Then we'll get on with the talking about these articles. Why is Final Fantasy 16 so exciting? Because it's the last Final Fantasy game you'll ever see without NFTs and blockchain crap in it. Square Enix. I'm telling you. More bad news for Skull and Bones? Jeez, dude. All right, let's stick with this. Xbox Game Pass game finally releasing after long delay. Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate subscribers are finally getting a game after it was delayed at the last second in December. A 2-month delay is not long in terms of video game releases, but when it comes to Xbox Game Pass, once games are announced for Xbox Game Pass, they are very rarely delayed unless their release is delayed entirely. Oh, thanks, Kayla. Thanks. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you later. I hope you start feeling better, friendo. Yeah, thank you. Once games are announced for Xbox Game Pass, they are very rarely delayed unless their release is delayed entirely. That said, this game was already out and had been out for over a year, so that was not the problem. It remains unclear why it was ever delayed in the first place out of its December release, but it's finally coming on February 7th. More specifically, Xbox has announced that Hot Wheels Unleashed Game of the Year Edition is finally coming to Xbox Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate on the aforementioned February date. How long it will be sticking around for, it doesn't say. This means Game Pass subscribers will soon be able to purchase it outright with a 20% discount. Yep. Yeah, we did see that this was supposed to come out on Game Pass back then, and it got delayed. Don't know why, but know that. This is supposed to be a pretty nice, fun little title, too. Hot Wheels Unleashed, right? So if you're interested, there's more about that article right there in chat, but it is coming. Finally, it appears. Yeah? They say February 7th. February 7th, okay? Hot Wheels Unleashed. Xbox Game Pass. The Sims 4 teases exciting news for new Behind the Sims showcase this Tuesday. Sims 4 has announced that a new Behind the Sims showcase is scheduled to go live on January 31st. The new event will be the successor to the first Behind the Sims live stream that took place back in October of last year. And as the first Sims live stream of 2023, it will land on the official YouTube and Twitch channels of The Sims this Tuesday at 9 a.m. PST. The official post on the Sims community website does not share any details about what to expect from the new live stream, but does tease exciting news. The first one showcased new features and updates for The Sims 4 and offered a glimpse into the next generation of The Sims. Hopefully, the new event will also offer more details about the development of The Sims 5 or Project Rennie, as the post says that they will share exciting news, take you behind the scenes, and more. Earlier this month, the Sims team shared a teaser video showing the roadmap for The Sims 4 in 2023. The short video also teased the highly anticipated Infants update alongside 2 new kits and an upcoming expansion. Whether or not further details on the highly anticipated Infants update will be shared next week remains to be seen. While the current state of The Sims 4 spells good things about the title's future, players are still wanting to hear more news from The Sims 5, which initiated its playtesting phase a few months ago. There aren't many details about the new game except for a series of leaked images showing apartment interiors. Those who would like to possibly hear more from the new mainline entry of the Sims series should save the date for Behind the Sims live stream on January 31st. All right. Here you go. Here is this article as well for you Sims lovers, you Simsers. Didn't mean to do that. Here we go. Valorant replay system and more, including a new server locations to be added by Riot Games. All right. The developers of Valorant are planning to introduce a lot of additions to the game. The dev diary confirms long-standing issues that players had with the game. One of them is the Valorant replay system. A lot of new changes, including deathmatch, were introduced at the beginning of 2023. Valorant dev confirms the replay system for the game. Wanted to share that we have much more in development than we talked about in the kickoff video. Lots of things like replays and new server locations and mode updates. And insert the thing you really care about here. And a Dawn Lawn. Dawn Lawn shed light on the improvements being made to make players' in-game experience better, though she did not talk about a definite timeline on when the updates will come out. They're being actively developed. The list of updates included a replay system, new servers, and various other game modes. We typically don't talk about those things until we can make firmer commitments around dates or share actual details, mainly out of concern we might hype things up sooner than we should, overpromise, etc. But really, we should chat more. While the community has been asking for a lot of changes to be introduced in the game, the replay system is top priority. It eliminates the need to have an external app to record gameplay, and other big FPS titles like CSGO already have this feature. To start, come by for the Lotus Reddit AMA this Friday. A look at our agents from the team in February. Hear from esports at VCT Brazil in March, and then more details about our new mode and other features throughout the year. Considering everything, it looks like Riot has finally listened to what players have been asking from them for months. Only time will tell when the new additions will be released in the game. I think something to take into note here as well is, if you didn't know, Riot got hacked about a week and a half ago. No? Just over a week ago. Almost a week and a half ago now. And they've been pretty open with the community about what happened. To ease players and account holders' minds, Riot has confirmed at this point that no account information or account holder personal identifiable information, anything like that, has been taken in that breach. But what they did get was a lot of gaming source code, things like that, which has basically put Riot in a bad situation as far as getting updates rolled out and things like that. So their ability to get this stuff out whenever they may have been planning to roll out these updates could be a little bit skewed and delayed by that breach that they had. So we'll see. Battlefield 2042's next update will make massive changes to controversial feature. Battlefield is about to receive a massive update that will fundamentally change how the game is played. Battlefield 2042, was released in 2021. It had a lot of hype rallying behind it. Call of Duty was in a strange place, so all eyes were on Battlefield. The game was being advertised as a return to form for the series, doubling down on the things that made people fall in love with the series, with big, large-scale maps, a somewhat modern setting, and so on. Unfortunately, what happens all too often with these big developers is that they hyped up the game, and then they severely under-delivered, right? So made people feel very cheated. EA Sports. Unfortunately, things didn't pan out very well for the full game. It was absurdly buggy. The maps were quite bad. People were upset with various changes, such as the addition of specialists instead of traditional classes. Thankfully, DICE has confirmed it is bringing traditional classes back to Battlefield 2042 and massively changing the specialist system. In a new update releasing this coming week, every specialist will be assigned to one of the four classic classes: Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. Will essentially act as a skin for said class. From there, you can choose from a pool of gadgets and equipment that are more fitting for the class to create more structure for the game and encourage squad play with a variety of characters. View the breakdown of the classes below along with full patch notes. I don't think they're going to support this game for for a long time moving forward. There's a lot of patch notes and updates as to what they're doing here with the game. They're really trying to, there's something to be said, I guess, for trying to get the game into a spot that the community will love and not just dropping it as a whole. But no game should ever be released in the condition that this game was released in the first place. So trying to catch up and make a game feel good again is not ever what a play should be about. It should always be about releasing a game to feel amazing in the first place and to continue to bring great content to the community that plays that game after the initial release. That's the way gaming should be. That's what they should be trying to strive to bring to the table for us as the consumer and game lovers. Unfortunately, all too often we get these kinds of situations here. More bad news for Skull and Bones. They report poor state of the game. No doubt that one of the games with the most bumpy development is Skull and Bones, thanks to Ubisoft. The game was announced in 2017. It's almost been 6 years, still doesn't have a release date. In fact, the game was delayed once more recently. Apparently, it won't be enough to correct its shortcomings and deliver engaging gameplay. Part of the bad start to the year, Ubisoft announced that it would delay Skull and Bones again. So it would no longer debut in March, but at the beginning of the 2023-24... We're going back in time, guys. Skull and Bones has gotten so absurdly bad that they're trying to reverse time. As a part of the bad start to the year, Ubisoft announced they would delay Skull and Bones again. So it would no longer debut in March, but somewhere between the beginning of the 2023 to 2014 fiscal year. I mean, if Ubisoft has this kind of technology, why are they doing so bad with their video games? This is supposed to say 2023 to 2024, which would ultimately mean the beginning of the 2023 to 2024 fiscal year is vague, but the 2023 to 2024 fiscal year as a whole for the gaming industry is April 1st of this year through March 31st of 2024. All right. That's a long, I mean, it's a 365 day segment, just like a normal calendar year. It's just offset from a normal calendar year. There's no date, but it can be assumed to be between April and September of 2023. So they're saying like the first half of this coming fiscal year. Will Ubisoft be able to prevent the wreck of Skull and Bones? I don't think so. Dude, there's no point in diving into this, really. I mean, again, we're talking roughly 6 years that this game has been announced. It was in development before that too. So, you know, let's be very real here. They're not going to publicly announce a game that they're hyped about if it's not already in some phase of development. It wasn't like far along at that point, but it was already being developed. And it's had, what, 6, 7, 8 delays at this point. And they've even had their own primary showcase around the release of it towards it was in October of last year. And they still delayed it. Like, I don't think this game will ever release. And even if it does, stay away from it. Don't play this on release if you have to pay for it, especially. This game's a mess. You know, I talk a lot about those things that we come across. I talked about it this morning. Dead Space remake. How I saw nothing coming out of EA and Motive that led me to believe there was going to be any kind of issues with that game. It just seemed like they were really kind of spot on with that development, and that ultimately the failures of Callisto Protocol really set the table for it to do even better, and it's kind of killing it. The opposite is also really almost always holds true. There are telltale signs of games in development that have issues. And does it always mean they're going to be absolutely atrocious? No. But quite often, there are signs that there are at least on some front going to be issues with games that release. Forspoken's one. I've been telling everybody for a while, I wouldn't play Forspoken on release. There are things about it that just don't seem right. There have been things through the development process that seemed wonky and a bit sketchy. And I was really just kind of super sus about what that game would be like on release. It's PC port's terrible. Or the PC version. It's not a port. It's the PC version. I don't want to call a game that gets released on PC the exact same time it releases on other platforms a port. It's not a port. it's a PC release that is not functioning correctly. So the PC version of the game is terrible. There are other things about the game that, like, some people are okay with the game, but there's a lot of other things about the game that people have not enjoyed a whole lot. And I think there are some people that enjoy the game just fine, but ultimately, overall, it's not a highly rated game right now. Metacritic, I think it's in like the 60s or something. I don't know. So there's just usually what I'm trying to get at here is there are usually indicators for how well a game is progressing through the development process, right? And it's usually pretty easy to tell whether a game is going to come out and feel pretty good or whether it's going to come out and probably have some issues. And this game, if it ever actually comes to fruition as a released piece of software, is going to be a mess. There's just been too many issues. Bethesda game will soon be free to download. Bethesda is making one of its games completely free to download. The game in question is available via a variety of platforms, but only the PC version will be made free. That's because the free offer is coming via Epic Game Store. Every week, Epic Games rewards users of its digital PC storefront with a free game. Sometimes even more than one free game a week is offered. Next week, it's set to be an example of the latter with 2 free games, one of which is Dishonored: Death of the Outsider. What? They will not kill me. I'm honored that they would try, though. I'm just kidding. In addition to City of Gangsters, the 2017 game will be completely free to download for a week. No strings attached. A standalone expansion of Dishonored 2, the game more or less ties up the story of Dishonored, making it essential to play for fans. Of the stealth-action adventure series that dates back to 2012, that said, according to Metacritic, the game isn't quite as good as its predecessors. While the PC version boasts a solid 81 on Metacritic, that's very respectable. This is a bit lower than Dishonored and Dishonored 2. It's still a really good Metacritic score, though. Yeah. As noted, the game won't be free until this morning. As noted, the game won't be free until this coming Thursday, which is February 2nd. From there, it will be free to download until February 9th. Once downloaded, the game is yours to keep forever. And all you need is an Epic Game Store account, which costs nothing but an email address to sign up with. Yeah, I'll bring that up. Yo, Classic Car Lover, what's up, my friend? How are you? Check it out, guys. I promote free content all the time. Monetization and the high cost of games, whether it be the initial purchase cost of a game or the transactions they try to just drown us with in game after you've already bought the game in the first place. Monetization in gaming is a very, very brutal obstacle for a lot of people nowadays, and I try my very best to advocate and promote free software. What's up, Wick? You wish, dude. Yo, did Sydney get his nail fixed, dude? Is he getting his manicure done so he can get back on the ice, brother? Epic's one of those platforms that just gives away free games on the constant. Every single week, they give away like 2 new free titles. And then during the holiday time period, they give away like free games every single day for like a 2-week period during like the what would be considered like the Christmas kind of, it's like the middle of December through the first of the new year kind of time period. They do this always, man. They've done this for years now. And even if you're not a PC game player, I highly recommend just creating an account, hopping on here every week, and just logging in and grabbing your free games. You don't have to have the desktop app. You can just log into their storefront on a website. And if at some point in the future you decide to become a PC gamer, you're going to have a lot of games. I've got over 200 in my library right now on Epic's platform. I've paid for less than like a handful of them. Like less than 5 games in my library I've actually paid for. The rest have been free. And there's a lot of notable games. Like you can see Dishonored, is coming this coming week. So just go make an account. It takes next to no time at all. Go get your free games, okay? Wick, what's up, brother? 200 hours later, this Destiny 2 player made history by clearing a solo raid challenge thought to be impossible. The Snazzy Rock is the first to beat the Vault of Glass gatekeepers alone. Destiny 2 players have been soloing raid bosses and encounters normally meant for 6 people ever since the release of the Vault of Glass raid way back in Destiny 1. That includes Atheon, the final boss of the Vault, but somehow nobody had ever actually soloed the Vault's penultimate fight, the Gatekeepers, until now, well over a year after the raid's re-release in Destiny 2. It's raining. Gotta find Timmy. Yeah. Timmy's a good boy. It's raining, dude, for real? Dude, we've gotten a lot of snow here recently. It was a cold morning, too, brother. I had like a t-shirt on. I was about to start stream up with a t-shirt. I was like, nah, I'm putting a sweater on. It's cold. I didn't want to get out of bed. It's a cold day. The Snazzy Rock recently managed a solo run thought to be impossible after spending roughly 200 hours practicing and grinding the challenge. He posted his record-setting clear on January 21st, ecstatic to have the behemoth task behind him and his name carved into Destiny history. It's one of the most impressive solo runs in the MMO's life, so I had to reach out to Snazzy to learn more about what happened, or how it happened. Dude. Dude. I'm not going to read all of this is not going to mean a lot to certain people in the community, but really? Oh, that's sick, dude. GG's, man. Congratulations. That's awesome, man. Yo, you can buy my tuxedo now. That's awesome. I'm so psyched. Can't wait to see it. Basically, man, I'm gonna link this for you guys to take a look at for all you Destiny 2 fans. To that will know exactly what this means. There's a lot of Destiny 2 jargon in here. And I'll link this in chat for you guys. But TLDR, after 200 hours of blood, sweat, and tears, and a little luck for good measure, Snazzy claimed the world's first recorded Gatekeepers solo, and you can hear every ounce of effort and tension in his voice. My hands are numb. My hands are numb. My hands are so numb. And in his uproarious celebration, which is easily one of the most intense and most deserved let's go moments I've ever heard. You ain't buying crap. I don't want you to buy crap, dude. I want you to buy me my orange tuxedo so we can go Dumb and Dumber. We can go full Dumb and Dumber on, the community together, dude. You know, you know what I'm talking about. Why are you being rude? Why are you being mean? You told me you would buy me the orange tuxedo. Don't do this. All right, hold on. PlayStation Plus free games we may get in February. January is almost over, yet Sony has yet to reveal the free PlayStation Plus games all PS Plus subscribers, regardless of the tier, will be getting for February. The expectation is that it will be another 2 PS4 games and a PS5 game, but what game specifically hasn't been officially revealed or even unofficially leaked for leaked like most months. This should change in the coming days as both Sony and leakers are running out of time. This is speculation as what games they think that could feature Sifu, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Nice. The Last of Us Part 1 could be appropriate. Oh my god, dude. Stop. I'm going to end up having child services show up at my place, dude. You know what I mean? Because you keep doing this. They're actually going to think that my kids are just slaving around here, dude, taking care of me and stuff and taking care of my every whim. You know what I mean? Because you won't stop doing this. I'm going to end up having child services over here checking up on us all the time and stuff. They will show up. They show up, dude. I'm showing up at your place. All right. Be prepared, buddy. Be prepared. You'll be like, would anyone like some eggs? Such a troll, bro. Yo, Farrah, what's up, dude? Did you see the Destiny 2 stuff? I just threw it in the Discord for you, man. I thought you might like to see it. I don't know if you caught it. What's up, Ferret? Yeah, so this is just a bunch of speculation, but we'll see. If you want to, I mean, this isn't really worth. There's probably some good thoughts about why these could be February's PS Plus games, but there's no real information backing that the fact that these will be. Oh, that's why you came in. Word, dude. Word. Yeah. Oh, okay. Right on. Right on. Right. That making you come online to see that. Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad, dude. Yeah, you didn't have to come in, dude, if you were busy or whatever. I just we came across this Destiny 2 thing, and I was like, oh, dude, that's gonna be Ferret's jam, man. So yeah, I wanted to make sure you were aware. It sounded like a pretty cool accomplishment there that you'd probably like to see. So PlayStation makes critically acclaimed PS4 game just $3. What are we talking about here? XCOM 2, dude. XCOM 2. Yeah, 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 dude, for sure. XCOM 2 is $3. This is probably just going to be for the base game, though. This is a very good game. There's a lot of DLC content for XCOM 2, though, so they might be having that on sale as well. I don't know. Uh, Debuted in February of 2016, 88 on Metacritic. Um, but if they've got a sell on XCOM 2, they might also have a lot of the DLC and stuff on sale as well. Even the base game is amazing, so I highly recommend. The XCOM games are great. XCOM 2 is fantastic as well, and obviously being rated that high on Metacritic, you can see. And $3 is a solid price. I would look around too on the PS store and see if they've got DLC that's worth investing in if it's discounted. Also, okay. Steam reportedly getting classic PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. Steam is reportedly getting a few classic PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. One of the best series in gaming history. Port comes the way of leaker Oops Leaks over on Twitter, who has proven reliable in the past. According to the leaker, the classic Metal Gear Solid games should be coming to Steam this year. The leaker adds they've received multiple signs that this will happen, but has no clue which games and versions will be exactly included. Unfortunately, this is the extent of the report. Yeah, right now, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and Ground Zeroes are both on Steam, but that's it. What's not included are the first four games. When you hear the word classic and Metal Gear Solid in the same sentence, you think of the first four games. Considering none of those are on Steam, but 5 is, you'd assume it would be these four, or at least some assortment of them that will make their way to Steam, assuming the report is true. Yeah, these are synonymous PlayStation games from back in the day. PlayStation exclusives. They had to be taken off storefronts for a while last year, though, for like the majority of last year, if I remember correctly. There were some licensing issues with some of the older Metal Gear games because of some historical stuff that was in the games, and they had to like figure out some licensing stuff for those titles. So they were not available anywhere on any platform at all. You couldn't find them, legitimately, anyways. So now that they got all that figured out, and there's a lot of talk about Metal Gear being brought back into the fold as a modern game. So there's probably an amount of this that's in an attempt to get people hyped back up about the Metal Gear universe, because they are making a pretty good attempt at getting Metal Gear as a series rolling again in the modern context of gaming. Yeah, so we'll see what's coming for the modern stuff, but I think this is a pretty good. Even though it's not official, I would say that this is probably. I mean, obviously, a little bit of salt to be taken with this. It might not come true, but it probably will. Hi-Fi Rush already discounted for PC. Hi-Fi Rush was shadow dropped on January 25th on the Xbox Bethesda Showcase, right? It's already become the internet's favorite new game, offering colorful graphics, flashy combat, and a cast of memorable characters. Hi-Fi Rush, one of the most stylish action games in recent memory. And despite its very recent launch, the PC version of the game is already on sale at Fanatical and Green Man Gaming for just $24.60. It's that's about just over $5 off. At Fanatical, make sure to enter the promo code Hi-Fi Rush to get the full discount. If you aren't a GMG XP member, you'll have to enter the code Jan18 to get the deal at Green Man Gaming. Since Fanatical's Lunar New Year sale is still running until January 29th, you'll also receive a free gift, a coupon or free game with your order if you buy it over the weekend. Additionally, you'll get a 5% off coupon to apply to your next order at Fanatical. Of course, the other way to play Tango Gameworks' latest title is through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. The service normally costs you $15 a month. Right now, you'll find an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate 2-month subscription for just $9. That should be more than enough time to beat Hi-Fi Rush, though you can always stick around and play Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, and other hit games offered on the service. Yes. So, I think it's important for people to take, I talk about this a lot. I think this is an absolutely great price for this title from what I understand. We're going to start playing this today after the news. I've even said, like, my initial impression of this game whenever we saw it, we watched the Xbox Bethesda Showcase. I was not psyched about it. But just judging the game off of what I saw was jumping to conclusions, apparently. I think I was a bit jaded by the fact that I've been waiting for the Evil Within 3 from Tango for a while, and I'm not getting it. So I'm going to try to be better about that in the future of not trying to put too much stock into what game I might want to see out of a particular developer and being jaded about not seeing that and hating on maybe something else they're bringing to the table. Because ultimately, what I talk about a lot that we see in the industry nowadays, again, is that it seems like for a lot of developers, it's really hard for them to work their way out of the genre that they've become very well known for making games, right? And Tango is absolutely known for their horror-esque kind of games. The Evil Within games are what made them very notable. Then they came out with they released Ghostwire Tokyo last year, which is also a horror game. And to see them bring something like this to the table, which is completely outside of that realm, is actually really refreshing. And it's doing very good. We talk about it a lot. You see developers get into a rut where they can't do anything different from what they've done always. And it's a bit, underwhelming. It sucks to see developers not be able to do anything new. And Tango's doing something new, and they're doing it very well. And so, I will, just say that I was wrong, man. I was wrong, in my initial impression of what Hi-Fi Rush looked like. I still don't know how much I'm going to enjoy the banter and the dialogue from the main character. It seemed kind of cringy to me still, but we're going to play it today. There's a lot of people that are loving this game. And outside of that, those notes there, one of the things I want to bring up, 10 win. Yeah, I hope so, dude. I hope so. One of the things I want to bring up to people is, Game Pass can be a very, very, very great thing for people. And I said this recently about a game like High on Life came out in December. High on Life came out in December. When it came out, this game was being purchased for what, $50 or $60 on Steam. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody did say they'd pay me not to play that game. Who was that? Was that Sayek, dude? Was that Sayek, Wick? Oh, Tinwin, you've been playing it too? Yeah. Yeah. Good, dude. Yeah, I think we were both a bit off the mark, weren't we? I think we're both a bit jaded on just not seeing the Evil Within 3, you know? But I'm going to try to not let that skew my viewpoint, especially because, like I said, I mean, seeing a developer do something well outside of what they are have been known to do is a great thing. It's good. Too many developers get in a rut of not being able to do anything different nowadays. Be like, pay up. Oh yeah, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. I'll be like, oh dude, uh, he's in the Alps right now. I think he's in the Alps skiing right now. So we'll have to hit him up. Be like, dude, you didn't pay up, so get wrecked. um, the I think what's important to note here is if you don't care necessarily about owning a game, like if a game doesn't seem to have a lot of replayability about it, and you're only going to get roughly, you know, 8 to 12 to 15 hours worth of gameplay out of it, is the price that you would pay for it to own it outright really worth? Will you ever play that game again if there's no replayability in it? Is it worth owning that game? Or are you better off just going and grabbing a month or two of Game Pass and playing that game and then seeing what else you can dive into, you know? Okay, cool. I'm just bringing up generalities here, Tinwin. I'm not speaking about this game in particular. I'm just trying to get people to think about things about, and this game is at a nice price point as far as I'm concerned. If you want to own it outright, and you can even get discounts on it already, like right here, you can see you can get the game for roughly $25, right? $25 for a game that's rated this high right now. And what I've seen so far, the game's only been out for going on 4 days now, so about 3.5 days. But it's very, very well reviewed. But it looks like you're only going to get about an average of about 10 hours of gameplay before you're finished with the game, something like that. 10 to 12 hours probably. And I don't know. $25 is a pretty solid price as far as I'm concerned nowadays. But you take something like High on Life, where you're looking at maybe like 15 hours of gameplay, and they're charging, what was it, 50 or $60 on Steam? It seemed a bit rough for me. And I was reading things about a game like High on Life not having replayability all that much. And you can just play it, a game like High on Life on Xbox Game Pass. So I think it's important for people to really take a look at, is it worth your money to just say, oh, I own this game, you know, or you know, are you better off just going and dropping a little bit of money on a subscription service for a month or two, getting your game played that you were looking to play in the first place, and potentially getting some other nice games to play on that service. And it's not like you have to keep the subscription service up, you know, if you don't want to. Now, a subscription service like Game Pass can be something that might entice you to keep that service going, because there are always so many games to play right there at your fingertips. And it's in my opinion a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal. Gamer, what's up, buddy? So it's just something that I want people to kind of like take a look at the pros and cons behind it. I love owning a lot of my games, and I'm right there with you, Ferret. Replay value matters to me as well. So if a game is, I think there's something to take into consideration about how much gameplay you're going to get out of the game initially. Is there a good amount of replayability that you can get out of the game if you wanted to dive back into it? And weighing that as to whether or not it's worth owning the game outright. And if it's not, then maybe just getting a subscription service for a month or two to play through the game and check out some other games is the better play. I think it's just important for people to take a look at that, because the prominence of subscription services and cloud gaming nowadays it's there, man. It's there, and it provides an alternate option outside of having to own every single game that you want to play, right? So it's important, I think, for people to take a look at what's the better deal for you in your particular situation, and how you're feeling about a particular game that you might want to play. I'm just trying to bring up something I feel is important for each individual person, respectively, to take a look at in regards to what games you're interested in playing. Yeah. Well, and that's another thing we've talked about a lot. And that's why I think that a gaming subscription, right, is, I don't think it's something that you're always going to need to have running. I'm one of those people that, and I'll tell you, I'm going to play Hi-Fi Rush today on Game Pass. I got a month of Game Pass Ultimate just to play this game, and I don't have it re-upping for me. You're gonna play a game from Ubi. What are you playing? And it's making you cringe. Oh no, dude. What is it? What is it? So I look at my video game collection like this. Ready? Yeah. Let's see. Oddballers. What is that, dude? Yeah, I mean, fair. We talk about that a lot too, though, right? So subscription gaming services are the same thing as like a subscription video or TV service or whatever. It's like, is the amount that you're paying for it each month worth how much time you're actually able to spend on that service? That's another one of those things that people have to weigh and figure out for themselves to see whether it's actually you're getting your money's worth out of it, right? And in this day and age, we all normally have numerous different subscription services we're bought into, whether it be gaming or whatever form of entertainment, right? There are all kinds of subscription services. Gaming is getting to where it's a much more prominent thing now, whereas it's been a very prominent thing in other forms of entertainment like movies and television and stuff like that. But, I can tell you from my own point of view, with the backlog I have and the way I see games, as sometimes there are games that I want to own, like we were just talking about, in regards to their replayability, and just as the kind of gamer I am, sometimes there are titles I want to own. And then there are other times, like with Hi-Fi Rush, I don't care to own that title, So, well, a pack of smokes for you, gamer, would be a lot more than down in like the US, dude. I'll look at it, Wick. I'll pull it up and just saying I'll look at it. But a pack of smokes all the way around is, I'm sure, insanely expensive anywhere nowadays. I have no idea, dude. I don't smoke, so I have no idea how much a pack of smokes is. um, Good game demos, yeah. Well, and that's also something we've talked about, is like, demos have become a very prominent thing again in the industry, where they went away for such a long time, and it's because I think developers started realizing how much demos were needed in the industry again, you know, and for various different reasons, but that being one of them. There are a lot of reasons why demos were needed again, Ferret, and they went away for a long time. Demos went away forever, dude. And all of a sudden, there's just like this huge resurgence and prominence of demos being all over the place. And it's good. We needed them. And I'm glad that developers started realizing. But you get a situation like Forspoken, for instance, where the demo they created was literally nothing pulled out of the main game. It was something created as an entirely different side piece. And it's like, that's not what we're looking for here, man. If you're going to give us a demo, we want a demo that's pulling out of the main title. Show us exactly what we're going to be playing. Not that I think everybody should understand that demos are not ultimately something you should lean on to think that this is exactly what you're going to get out of the experience from the game when it releases, but it should be something fairly similar. Yeah. So there's still some issues on that front with like what Forspoken did, but it's good that they're coming back for sure. Yeah, wait just a second, I'll pull that up. But I think it's important for people to, discern which one is better for you as the type of gamer you are, and what's better for your wallet. And ultimately, the way subscription services work at their core, do you have enough time to make that purchase worth, right? Do you have enough time to justify spending that money on that subscription service every month? Or are you just buying it and spending like 2 hours a month on Game Pass? To me, that's not worth, If you've got but each individual's got to kind of figure that out for themselves, right? Let's see what Wick's got for us here. What is this? I'm just going to run around screaming. What is this, dude? Hold on. Oh my God, hold on. Shut up! I get so sick of autoplay videos. This is for real what you're about to play? This is what you're about to play? This is what Wick's playing, guys. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fair for sure. For some people, it's a great value, and on a consistent basis, it's a great value. For some people, like, dude, this is my first time I've ever jumped into Game Pass, and I'll probably jump into it a bit more often moving forward. Wick. But everybody's kind of got their own situation, right? This is why you don't follow me. Shut up, dude. I think for a lot of people, a lot of gamers, it's a matter of, and that's where they try to get. Let's be real here, okay? Let's be real. Where they try to get you with subscription services, whether it be in gaming or TV, movies, space, media, entertainment, whatever, subscription services, they try to get you to buy in and forget that you're paying for it, right? So I think that's where it's important for people to understand that, like, if you know that you don't need that subscription service for months on end, then buy it for a month and try it out and just immediately cancel the recurring subscription. That way you get to try it out, and if you're really enjoying it and you feel like you're getting your money's worth, then re-up, and if at that time you know that you're going to be using it on a consistent basis and getting your money's worth out of it for sure, then maybe even consider buying a year of it, because usually buying a year of it is even cheaper than going on a month-to-month basis, things like that, right? But each individual just needs to take their time and figure that out for themselves. Let me take a look at this, and then I'll read what you're saying, gamer. Hold on. Let's see what Wick's about to play here. This is... oh, geez, Wick. Oh, we've seen this, dude. I've seen this.
Unacceptable! 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 Unacceptable!
Emotional damage.
All right, everybody, it's time to troll Wick out all day, all right? There you go. He made it real easy on us. Oddballers is a bombastic, dodgeball-inspired multiplayer game where players are encouraged to use hilariously unfair tactics and wacky weapons to win minigames. From rustic farms to waterfront towns to Paradise Islands, each environment features more than 30 different arenas and unique minigames. Oddballers is available now on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Amazon Luna, and PC. I hope you have a blast, buddy. I hope you have a blast. I do. I hope you have a great time. I really do. Let's see what Gamer's saying here. Hold on. I roughly spend $30 a month on Game Pass and PS Premium. That's nothing compared to what other people spend on. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, dude, an avid smoker spends way more than $30 a month on smokes. I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah, I think that my big thing is just, you know, trying to get people, most everybody, all of us that hang out here. I mean, dude, there's no doubt about it. There are absolutely worse things to spend your money on than gaming. All right, there's no doubt about that, dude. There's no doubt about that. But my big thing that I want people to understand is that taking a look at how you can best get the bang for your buck in regards to the gaming industry is a big thing for me because of the huge obstacle that price points present for people nowadays. You know, I hate seeing the steadily increasing prices of everything in the gaming industry and then all the additional monetization that happens. And for me, it's like just trying to get people to understand where they might be able to take a critical look at saving a little bit of money here and there. And if you don't need the subscription service each month, then don't pay for it each month, you know, turn it off. Yeah. And fair. I know what you're saying, but I mean, that's business, dude. The whole, make it where the sub isn't an auto renew. That's all of them though. And that's, like I said before, they do that on purpose because they want you to forget you're paying for it, right? They want you to forget you're paying for that service and to just keep going. That's why I can't stress enough that if you're not sure you need it for the, you know, additional time, just stop it immediately. Pay for it for that first month or whatever. Go into your account as soon as you buy into it and just stop the recurring charges. It's as easy as that. It's not really that much of an inconvenience. It sucks that you have to do it that way, but that's the way the world works. And that's the business of subscription services. They're never going to change it. It's always going to be that way. You just have to accept it. It sucks. I agree. It's scummy. It is. But it's always been that way. They do it on purpose. And you just have to get into the mindset of, like, it's like muscle memory. If you pay for it and you don't need to re-up, dude, you just go cancel it right away. You know what I mean? That way you're done with it. And you've got that peace of mind of not having to worry about it anymore. So that's one of those things that I think people need to learn is pay for it for the amount of time you need it and then get your recurring charge stopped automatically. Just stop it right then. That way you're not ending up wasting money later on and forgetting that you have that charge coming out, you know? I was just trolling you, Wick. I hope you have fun with it. I do. I love little party games, dude. Party games are fun. Just be careful. Be careful about playing that game and then them, like, trying to, you know, thrust you into, like, some kind of skull and bones territory. You know what I mean? I don't know. Skull and Bones is going to come out in 2028. Are you ready? Good party game, Ultimate Chicken Horse. I've heard of that. I can't picture it in my mind's eye right now. This is the last article I have. Thanks, Wick. Thanks, Ben. If anybody else has anything to add, let me know, and we'll talk about it before we move on to Hi-Fi Rush for the day. Yeah. I do appreciate everybody's input yesterday for what games we should play. And I was just thinking about it, at the end of the night last night. I had some other stuff going on in the afternoon yesterday at the end of the night, and I was like, you know what? As much as people are liking this game and as much as I am a fan of Tango, it makes sense to jump in here and see what the hype's about. And didn't cost very much, dude, to get into Game Pass Ultimate for a month and just check it out. So that's what I did, man. I've never, ever had a subscription to Game Pass until now. Almost February of 2023, dude. I've just always bought all my games. Nintendo sales make over 50 Switch games, all just 50 cents each. A new Nintendo eShop sale has made over 50 Switch games, all just 50 cents a piece. As you may know, there's not much you can buy for just 50 cents. 50 cents doesn't get you a candy bar anymore, let alone a video game, but it does get you the ladder if it's made by Cubic Games. According to Cubic Games, the 50-plus games even includes the publisher's newest games. There's some steps to trigger the offer, though. First, you need to buy one of the 9 selected games, all priced at 50 cents or $1.99 each. Once you do this, you trigger the rest of the offer, which includes dozens of games, all for 50 cents each. As for the 9 selected games, they are as follows: Robonauts, Pocket Mini Golf 2, Pocket Pool, Kappa, Pocket Pool? What kind of developer is this, dude? Who's playing Pocket Pool on the Switch, dude? Mana Spark runs. Is that Swaged Run? Sausage Wars, Omnon Run, and Puzzle Book. Once you complete the first step, you get access to these games here at the aforementioned price point. If any of this sounds familiar, it's because Cubic Games runs this type of offer every year, or at least something similar to it. Each year, it is to celebrate the company's anniversary. This year, specifically, it's to celebrate the company's 19th year anniversary. Are any of these games worth 50 cents? Well, the answer to that will vary from person to person. A quick look at the games featured. Some look at a little reminiscent of shovelware. You can be picky if they. You can't be picky if they cost you half a Kit Kat. Unclear how long this deal will be available. We know it is a limited time offer and unlikely to be available again until the company celebrates its 20-year anniversary next year. That said, when it returns, it's quite possible the collection of games will be entirely different. Let's see this Pocket Pool game, dude.
It's time to party.
They look like some decent little time-wasting games, dude, and they're pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. I'm guessing they're pretty light on storage space, too, which means that if you take your Switch... Epistory, dude, that was just free on Epic. If you take your Switch on the go a lot and you just like to play little time waster games and stuff, this might be a nice little buy. Chex quest. Nice. You got a lot of... Yeah, you're good, Ferret. I get it, dude. I get it. No worries, brother. Hope you have a great day, dude. Oh, random mode time before you go. Ah! Random mode. Oh, dude. I'm tired today. All right, Ferret. You have a good day, brother. If you guys need that, it's in chat. There you go. Nice, Ferret. All right, buddy. Have a good day if we don't see you later, man, all right? It's good to see you. A lot of those games are on mobile. Oh, word. What's up, Miss Bat? Are they like free on mobile, or are they... I know those are like mobile-esque kind of games, but are they free, or do they cost on mobile? Not sure. Okay. Well, maybe it's worth people looking into. If these games specifically, like I know there are a lot of similar games to these on mobile, right? But if these games specifically look like something you're interested in for the Switch, but you also have a mobile device, maybe look around and see if you can get similar or the same games at a lower price point on mobile. That's a good point, Miss Bat. Thanks. So it's there in chat if you guys need it. Cool. Them's the breaks, man. That's our news segment. We're gonna play Hi-Fi Rush. That's where we're headed. We're gonna play. Oh, it is free. Interesting. Nice. Good play. Cool. Well played, Miss Bat. Well played. Your son plays it. Cool. Yeah. Hey, thanks for letting me know. Letting us know. That's great. Yeah. You guys rock. Thanks for being here, being a part of the news segment, and helping to create such an amazing community for all of us. You amazing, absolute legends. We are going to move on to Hi-Fi Rush for today and tomorrow before we jump into Super Fuse, which releases in early access on Tuesday. All right. Super Fuse is a dungeon crawling, kind of top-down ARPG. Think Diablo. Very custom. It's supposed to have a very customizable skill tree, ability kind of system in it. So I'm excited to jump in there, and it does have online multiplayer and stuff. So if anybody wants to play, man, let's get ready to have some Diablo-esque kind of experience, man. Some dungeon crawling ARPG stuff. Could be fun. Hopefully the game will be good. And we'll start it on Tuesday, okay? Until then, today and tomorrow, Hi-Fi Rush, baby. We're gonna have some chill times, jamming out, and checking out this rhythm-based game here and see how it is, okay? So again, thanks to everybody that was part of the news segment today and everybody that's part of this community. You guys are amazing. If anybody is maybe checking out this content, the video gaming news segment as a highlight on our Twitch channel, or a VOD on the YouTube channel, or any of our gaming content at the same locations, and you're enjoying it, then see what you can do about coming and hanging out with us. We go live at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day here on the Twitch channel, where we always start off with video gaming news before we jump into whatever gameplay content we have slated for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another. We will catch everybody tomorrow for January 30th edition of Video Gaming News and what should be day 2 of Hi-Fi Rush. All right?